The Barstar Podcast, hosted by Stephen O'Reilly, is a podcast about working musicians, their friends, and their opinions. Stephen is a musician in Louisville, Kentucky, who has... Wait a second. This guy's a drummer, not a real musician? Somebody gave a drummer a microphone for his voice? The hell? Unreal. Unbelievable.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Barstar Podcast. I am your host, Stephen O'Reilly. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to come back once again and hang out. Thanks for checking out the show. Thanks for telling your friends. And if you didn't tell your friends, you need to get the fuck on it. Please keep sharing. Please keep rating. Please keep reviewing. I appreciate it. It just helps new people find the show. We're going to grow this thing together and make it huge. Please make sure you check out my sponsor, Prophecy Inc., located in the beautiful Highlands in Louisville, Kentucky. Make sure you go in and mention the Barstar Podcast. You will get 10% off your tattoo by any artist in the shop, not just Travis. So make sure you go by and check it out. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody has a good week. And as always, I hope you guys went out and did some shit. It says The Breakfast Club.
I love it.
I know you love it.
I got to tell you about that in a second.
You can tell me about that in a second. I haven't even introduced you, but we're so ADD, it doesn't matter.
Right, we're so
Hi, buddy.
Hey, dude.
High five in the microphone.
Bam.
So for those of you that actually take the time to read my beautiful descriptions that I write, I mean, they're not really beautiful, but it's just
I think
my
they're
ego.
beautiful.
Oh, thanks. I think
You're beautiful.
Oh my God, you're so cute. I am sitting in my office with the one and only, the beautifully elusive. You liked that, didn't you?
Right, I do like that. Don't say famous, say infamous.
I wasn't going to use either one of those words.
Oh gosh, that was my ego. Sorry.
Yeah, it was.
My bad.
Need you to come back down to earth.
Right.
Okay.
Squeeze it in.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze it in.
Hold it.
Right,
Hold it.
Got it.
Oh, one Mr. Chuck Willis. How are you, sir?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Look at me. I'm
I
awesome.
know.
Oh, wait, that was my ego. See, we get together and our egos just...
It's a wonder. It's a
just
wonder
grow.
that we did so much time together.
Yeah, that's it. You're great. I'm great. Show's over. I'm out.
Right, and we had Chris Evans. All in the same room.
Never heard of him.
No. Right. You're right. Me either. Who that dude?
Seriously, what's going on? How are you, man? How's things? How's life?
I'm great, man. Life is wonderful.
You look good. You do. You look good.
Thank you.
You look really good.
Wow. See, we are in a closed office. You know,
look
no one else.
really nice.
All right, you're freaking me out now. Well, I appreciate that. I got into health kind of after the Heaven Hill days, because anybody that knows Heaven Hill or me in the past, I was not so much into health.
Nope. Not so much.
Right.
Not so much.
So, yeah, I appreciate you saying that.
You do. You look good. And you sound good. I saw you a couple weeks ago.
And you got mad.
Singing your ass off.
You got mad. A little bit.
Why did I get mad?
Well, you were coming up the steps, and you said, "Oh, yep, that's that voice."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mad is the wrong word.
You're right. Yeah.
Itchy. Better word.
Right.
Because I thought that if you got back on stage, it would be with me.
Agreed.
And you didn't. You did it with Teague
you're
and
right.
Kerr. So it was like 3/5 of Heaven Hill.
It was. It wasn't.
No, but it was a great show. You guys killed it. It was for Raul's show, Making Memories, or Make Memories. I always put Making, but Raul doesn't care. Because that night I came up there to hang out with Greg Upchurch, and of course to watch the show. It was Kill Two Birds with One Stone.
Yeah.
But I got there early enough to see you guys sound check. And then you got all squirrely and hoppy and got all happy because you saw me.
It's hard for me not to. I really truly thought that, like, especially like during sound check, I didn't think ever I would like want that like vibe again.
And you had shoes on.
I did have shoes on. You know how
He
many
had
people, you know how many
shoes
people
on.
have said something about that? Even, honestly, all right, so I'll say it out loud. My ex-wife called. The mother of my children called me and goes, I just saw a video and you had shoes on. What were you thinking? I was like, oh my goodness. And she hated the band. You know what I mean? Like,
Which,
she hated
by the
it.
way, your shoes that you did have on were badass.
Well,
Those are
thank
some
you.
badass
They
boots.
were, yeah, they were pretty.
I mean, I couldn't wear them because I can't play in them. So
Right.
You've seen my
yes, right. Chuck Taylor's only.
well, you've seen them.
Yeah, this closet. My goodness. Every man needs a closet like Stephen O'Reilly. BTW. Holy moly. If you wore size, listen to me, brother. If you wore size 13, I would walk out of here like stacked with shoes.
Y'all, I'm gonna pause this real quick and lock up my shit. I'll be right back.
Right. Yeah.
Most people that are fans of the show and follow the show and listen to the show,
I'm one of them.
you are,
I am.
and I appreciate it. But they heard the Chris Evans episode,
Oh, man.
which was a while ago. But for those of
That
you
opened some
listening,
doors.
It did open some doors. But for those listening that don't know who you were the singer for Heaven Hill, the band that brought me up here. Y'all, you and Chris especially.
Hey, wait, time out. He just said y'all.
I did.
So you know he's been here for a little while. Because he just said y'all. Because when we brought him up here, he did not say y'all.
That's actually...
Mr. New York never said y'all like that. Definitely not with that in tow. Never. Sir. Never.
I can't argue with that. I'm
Right?
thinking. You kind of win on that one.
Right.
But I still don't have an accent.
You don't.
And
You don't.
I grew up in the South, which is weird.
You don't. I've heard that mine's getting worse.
I think yours is getting better because you're not fucked up all the time, so now I can actually
Right.
understand you.
Right.
You
Well,
don't sound like you have pebbles in your mouth.
Yeah, like the accent that I had during like our days was not actually an accent.
No.
It was just like 20 beers, some things we can't talk about,
And 4 sparks.
oh gosh, yeah, that would be like the tipping point. Yes. Oh my goodness. So we just went there. Yeah. There was
And
a
that's
time-
kind of what you sounded like.
There was a time. I don't know if we should do this. But
whatever you want.
there was a time when Teek said to me, he was like, "Man, people love your voice sometimes, and they hate it sometimes." And I said to Teek, I was like, "The sober ones and the drunk ones. The ones that are drunk love Chucky's voice because they don't care what I'm saying." Man, you know what though? I tell you what. That's one of the things that kind of like when I look back, you know, after all these years, that kind of bothers me a little bit.
What?
Just that we were in such a world that that kind of behavior was okay. If maybe even more than okay, it was like shined upon. You know what I mean? And
It kind of was, but I also think, because what I was going to say is you guys are responsible for bringing me up here. But I also
Right.
think, to touch on what you're talking about, and I've said this before, and I've said this to your face, so it's not like I'm creating controversy right
Sure.
now. You guys, especially at the time that you quote unquote fired me, you were content with being
I didn't
big
know.
fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
So you had that whole vibe going, and
Yes.
you had that larger than life persona, and you could get away with it around here. And it completely
Yeah.
went to your fucking head.
you're right, absolutely.
And that's not me dogging on you. That's
No.
literally,
For sure.
there's one. I'm not dogging on you. That's me being in it and always being sober, and then being removed from it, and then watching it from the outside and still being sober.
Right.
So I saw it from the inside sober and from the outside sober, going, yeah, that's not going to fucking last.
Right.
And it's not me being shitty. It is
No,
what
it's
it
not
is.
at all. And I'm sure back in those days, I probably would have taken that as shitty. But 10 years later, looking back on it as sober,
Yeah.
I'm going,
Holy shit.
damn it, dude, he was right. It's crazy. Like,
Who would have thought he was right?
yeah. Like I was so mad at him about that before.
And this son of a bitch was right.
Right. Like, Chuck, why didn't you get that girl? O'Reilly goes, Because you were falling down. You know what I mean? Like, duh, dude. Good job, man. She was cute too, dum-dum.
Way to go, buddy.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna need you. Have some coffee.
Yeah.
Or as you said to me one time,
Oh my
hey, you
gosh.
could.
Get it? Say it.
We were in rehearsal, and I used to have a coffee pot in rehearsal, and you walked into rehearsal one night and you went, hey, you're going to cook some coffee?
Cook that coffee or what, dude?
I said, how the fuck do you cook
Listen,
coffee?
we gotta like brother to brother. I love you. We gotta time out because people are gonna think I'm a terrible wacko or like our band rehearsals were the craziest thing ever. But that is true. That is true. I literally like thought that you cooked coffee. Like what else was I supposed to say? You couldn't cook me. I was drunk. So, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I need some coffee. You gonna cook that shit or what, dude?
And then I would make the coffee and
man.
you'd never drink it.
Oh man.
You just like the way it smelled, and you finally came to that conclusion. You were like, I really like the way it smells.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Do you drink it now?
I do not.
Let me help you out.
I know, right? I'm a little weird, as some know.
No.
Well, I'm a little weirder these days. I do some kombucha tea in the morning.
Right.
Green tea or whatever, like for I have a juicer. Like back in the days, I would just like crush a Coors Light can or something in my juicer. Now I'm crushing like oranges. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, stuff has changed a little bit, but yeah. So like, I want to go with like the natural energy. I think I love coffee, like cold coffee in theory, but I just don't like the way it tastes. You tried, dude. We lived together. Like you tried for years to get me on it, and I just don't like it. I don't know what it is.
It is one of the things I don't like about you.
I know. One. I love it. Hey, folks, he said one of the things. Stay tuned.
That's right. There's a lot Chuck doesn't like about me.
Oh.
That's why we're so good
Yep.
together.
Nutella. I did take one from our home life together. Yes,
Oh.
my daughter said the other day in the Kroger, said, Daddy, let's get Nutella. Actually, she said Nutella.
Nutella.
And I was like, it's Nutella. She said, it's no, Daddy, it says N-U. That's Nutella. And I
No,
was
that's NU is new metal.
right, so my mind's going to bad places. I'm thinking like, don't use that. Don't use that.
No.
But so no kidding. I meant to text you that actually.
That's pretty funny.
I'm glad it's coming out like over the sound waves. But yeah, so we got Nutella. Here's the deal, though. You got me into that. And remember, I went a little bananas on it. Like I wanted to eat my shoes with that crap on it. You know what I mean?
That
Now
is
my
true.
daughter is like, Daddy, can I have Fruity Pebbles? And I'm like, no, not at this hour. She says, can I have Nutella? I'm like, on toast. She says, what about on a fudge pop? And I'm like, I go, I gotta see this happen.
I thought you were going to say, I got to try that.
Yeah, dude. Like, all right, if any parents are listening, null and void this from what you think about me. I'm a great parent, but I had to see that happen. So we put Nutella on a fudge pop.
And?
Shit was awesome. Shit was awesome. There was one point that I kind of nodded off. I kind of nodded off during the movie we were watching, and then I hear this big old smack against the stairwell, I think, and it's my daughter, and she has this exercise ball, like a yoga ball, and she had thrown the ball at the stairwell, and it had smacked her in the face. So she's laying in my foyer as Daddy kind of comes to. You know what I mean? I'm nodding off. It's like 8:30 on Saturday night. And I get up and she goes, Nutella. Immediately my brain goes, fuck O'Reilly. This would never happen if it wasn't for O'Reilly. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
We divulge.
That's okay. We actually did.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I'm going to have no voice left by the end of this.
You're tearing up.
I know. This is great. It's fucking great. Ugh. Usually I can hold my shit together better, but not now. Well, we don't get to hang anymore.
We don't. Well, you're right.
There's no excuse or right or reason, rhyme or reason or whatever the hell you call it. We just don't hang anymore.
Yeah.
You've got kids. I've got 47 jobs and blah, blah, barf.
Right. Right. Thank you.
But for those that don't know, isn't it pretty? It is pretty. No. It's okay. Everybody does it.
I'm so bad. I'm the worst.
I
will derail.
You've got some massive squirrels. You have AD. Ooh, shiny.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Like, look at the sun.
Yeah. But no, let's talk about that. Let's get the elephant out of the room.
All right. Yes.
You are another one that loves my pretty, shiny chrome mic.
I do.
It's
Guys,
very
if
pretty.
you could see this thing. I'm so
Oh my God, that's
I'm
so cute.
surprised that Chris Evans didn't mention more about this.
About the mic? It's awesome.
Have you ever seen his manhood? Whoops! I said it.
I've seen all of it.
Let's backpedal.
I've seen all of it.
Yeah, we all have. Like
No,
Heaven,
no.
I will say this. Heaven Hill was...
all of it, meaning all of you fuckers.
all of us.
Yeah.
Like, Heaven Hill was the most flagrant open band since the 80s. You know what I mean? Since, like, the hair bands. You know what I mean? Like, since the Motley Crue, like, when everybody was fucking or fighting everything that walked. We kind of did that.
I was at the tail
We
end
didn't
of
fight
it.
as much because
No.
we were usually already back at the hotel with the dude's girlfriend and they couldn't find us, so we didn't have to fight.
Well, and I was the smallest one, so I just hid behind all of you fuckers.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, cool, dude. Cool.
I hate that picture that says band pictures suck because we're actually in a literal line.
Oh, I know.
And
I know,
everybody's 6'1" and over, and I'm like 5'9.5".
Well, no.
Fuck all you boys.
You know, actually, I got a picture from that Breckenridge show, which I don't know if we say this out loud. Well, I'm going to say it out loud. I was a little. I had mixed feelings about doing the Breckenridge thing, just because. For those that don't know, there's some inside stuff between O and I, and we've talked about doing Heaven Hill, and we have
talked about it.
We've gone.
I guess it's public now.
Right, just did it. So, well, Brian Daniels made it public the other day.
Well, him and Ivan jumped in.
Yeah. So
Evans jumped in.
Oh, by the way, I got to show you those pictures. There's some awesome ones with
you
Chuck and his 3 drummers. I was like, well, no, listen. Ivan said post that Chuck and the 3 drummers. And I said, nope, I got 1 drummer, and Ivan didn't write back. I mean, you know I love him. You know I love him, but like you and I, like that was
No.
right.
I get it.
Anyway, that show was so fun for Rahul, and Rahul needed that so bad. You know what I mean?
He did.
He really did, and it was for a great cause. But it was a little bittersweet because if I'm gonna make like another step onto a stage, Heaven Hill was that's my like we were ride or die. You know what I mean? We were
We
the
were
deal.
fucking badass.
We were the deal. We were the deal. You know, I still have managers
We were
and
badass.
promoters and stuff that reach out to me and they're like,
When you gonna get your head out of your ass
Yeah.
and apologize for firing O'Reilly? Wait, where'd that come
wait,
from?
wait. I wasn't part of that.
Still funny. No, what I was going to say before you start doing the Breckenridge thing is it is actually true. You and I did live together.
We did.
And I love it when you see me and you look for new tattoos.
I do.
You're like, you got anything new? I don't.
We used to do that on the couch. You used to come home with like different tattoos all the time. I was like, you bastard. I want some.
But we did live together. I got divorced, which you were in the middle of. So it was the whole band, unfortunately. So sorry, dudes.
Yeah.
But I ended up, a friend of mine helped me out. He had a big house. I had a pool, and you needed a place to stay, and it just worked out.
Oh, dude.
And we had a house with a
That
pool.
Yeah, like drummer and singer with a pool.
Let's rephrase this.
Come
Two
on.
dudes in Heaven Hill live together in a house
with
a pool.
yes. Thank you. Like, no more needs to be said.
Nope.
Like, thank you, penicillin.
and aluminum walls.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
That's bad.
It was real bad.
Yeah, it was bad. You could hear everything.
Can I speak candidly? Or no?
You can say whatever you
Can
want
I?
to. Absolutely.
Okay, well, your room was louder than mine. Always. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something.
That's because I had a nice
That's really
stereo.
odd. That's really odd when you're a band. You have the greatest drummer on the planet. You have so much steam. Like you're like in magazines and you're hitting charts and everything's happening. And you live with your drummer, and your drummer's room is yelping more than the singer's room. Not okay. Like there's something wrong with that picture. Something wrong with that picture. There were nights. Should I stop? Should I stop?
No, you keep going.
There were nights that I would sit there and I'd go, "This is bullshit." Like I'm the singer. We would leave. We'd leave shows or come home from shows, and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh." Like, do I say anything? But like, is she dying? What's cool? Oh, you good, dude? Yeah, good, dude. All right, I hate you. Cool, just checking.
There's two or three reasons why this is so funny to me. All right, 4 reasons. One, because it's true.
I'm just sitting at the computer, like listening to songs. All right, never mind. There was a pool. That's all. Let's go.
No. Here's why this is funny to me. One, because I was always sober.
I was always sober by the time your room stopped yelling. Are we editing? We have to edit.
This is
we
staying.
have to edit this, dude.
This is staying. Because,
are you kidding me?
No. I'm going to refresh your memory.
We got to like
No. Everybody
block my
knows.
grandma from
everybody
this.
Everybody close to me knows when I went through my divorce, it was on like Donkey Kong.
I wanted to kill her.
Well, I wanted to kill her too.
Right. All right.
But the reason I'm going down this road to refresh your memory, you probably don't remember this. One of the girls in that room was Staci.
Yes, I do remember. Hey, oh yes. I actually remember who was in my room the night that she was first in there.
Was Staci in your room too? Woman, we gotta talk.
Everybody, tune out. It's about to get ugly. No, she never was. But
you sure?
Again, tune out. You've reached a bad channel.
That's a bar star sound effect.
Oh my gosh.
No, but yeah, I didn't know if you remember that or not. Because
do.
that was when we lived in that house is when I met Staci.
Yeah, I know.
Because I didn't want to. Neither one of us wanted to have anything to do with the other one. We just started talking and everything just kind of went, and then we started dating.
Well, you remember what you always would tell me. You'd be like, she was a friend, and then your room would yell. And I was like, that's a really good friend.
They're really tight.
You're super good friends. I thought maybe the like you had like a weird bathroom sink or something that like you know, like one of those when you
I listen
sometimes
to
the pipe squeak.
I listen to a lot of
Literally, sometimes the pipe squeak.
I listen to a lot of Norwegian, Scandinavian chanting metal.
Right. Stacy's gonna kill us.
No, she's not. She's gonna laugh her ass off.
Holy moly. All right, so yes, I do remember that one.
Okay.
I also had a friend there that night. That's why I remember. She was in a video with us. And it was actually a friend. Like, not your kind of friend. Because apparently you had...
I had special friends.
You had, quote unquote, friends. Like, this shit was different. Like, wait, I still need, like, could you write that out for me? Like, how I get those kind of friends?
Oh, I could tell you right on this microphone.
No.
No, it's easy. At that point in my life, I gave zero fucks.
Zero fucks. I tell you what, man.
When I got up in the morning,
you didn't.
When I got up in the morning, my cardio was running out of fucks to give.
Did you get my the thing I sent you the other day? That drummer. Yes.
Yes. I was looking for my phone. Yeah. With a suit jacket.
With the thing on. I was like,
he's at the wrong gig.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But then I thought about it and I was like, the joke about me asking Scott McKenzie at the Breckenridge show, I was like, could you play Going Down? He goes, yeah, right. Like looks at me like I have 3 fucking heads. And then I backed up and I was like, oh, like you're the best drummer ever. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Well, listen, no, just let me finish. But like, I was like, oh, maybe that was a little insulting. You know, maybe that like I sound arrogant or something to him.
Right.
He goes, even if I could, what do you want me to do? Light myself on fucking fire? Like, how am I going to be awesome like him? And you know, Scott McKenzie is like, dude, he's one of the most humble. He's a great drummer.
He's a fucking phenomenal
he's
player.
awesome. And then we ran into that, for people that don't know, we ran into that thing at Soundcheck where
he was playing a right-handed kit.
Right. So
but he's left-handed.
I asked O'Reilly to jump up and play Going Down with us. Because we had most of Heaven Hill on stage.
3/5 of us.
Yeah. And O'Reilly was like, no, I can't play a left-handed kit. And Scott, what did he say? He was like, obviously I can't play
a right-handed kit.
Yeah. So that was actually a really funny one that I got on video with you two, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. But anyway.
Back. Sorry. I divulge. It's my fault.
You don't divulge. You just have squirrel branches.
I do.
Like I'm a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But that's why back at that time, seriously, you're such an asshole.
Smells good. It's like potpourri.
But at that time, I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
I didn't give a fuck about anything, and it wasn't like I had game and all that bullshit. It had nothing to do with that. My life was completely fucked up.
No, your game was you didn't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying my life in my head was completely fucked up.
Do you think we helped each other in that house? I think we
absolutely.
did. I think we did.
Absolutely, we did.
I think we did.
We did. I had to learn who and what I was alone again, and I hadn't been able to do that, or I hadn't needed to do that.
It would have been harder if there wasn't some dumb shit sitting on the other couch too. You know what I mean?
The couch. I love
those
that
couches,
couch.
Dude, yeah. Oh my God, if those couches
you
could talk.
You ever feel like you could kill somebody if they were closer to the couch?
Oh my God. Did you get my voicemail earlier? That's what I said to you. I could kill you if you were closer to the couch. Oh, man.
For those of you that don't know, really quick side note, go look up the comedian Dove Davidoff.
Oh, my God.
He has a record called The Point Is. It is phenomenal.
He is also the kind of one of the antagonists in that movie with Wahlberg, the Eagles movie. What was that? Invincible.
Yeah.
Invincible.
And
he was awesome in that.
He's also...
But I started to hate him when I watched that. I was like, damn it, dude, stop it.
He's also in Shades of Blue now.
Shades of Blue. What is that?
Oh, it unfortunately is getting the axe, but it's...
Is this like 40 Shades... Wait. Is this
motherfucker, this ain't no 50 Shades of Grey bullshit.
Okay. Wait, but dude, I'm just checking because we're alone right now. I gotta be sure.
How do you know?
Ooh, that room looked a little spooky. I hope you make it across the street in your boat.
Anyway, 50 Shades of Blue is it's Ray Liotta and Jennifer Lopez. They're cops, and Dove Davidoff plays an asshole like internal affairs cop. It's awesome.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
all right.
Fast forward, huh?
You lead.
I'm leading. Where are we going? Are we dancing?
No.
Dance the night away. Oh, sorry. So most people know by now how I got up here and all that kind of bullshit, and then I was.
Well, they heard from Evans.
I was
real good. You all did that real well. I don't think we couldn't do that any better, except for
no.
You and I might have been like semi-gay, like for each other.
A little bit.
It was kind of a tipping point.
Kind of cute.
It was kind of a tipping point.
Yeah, I mean, you are kind of cute.
You're right.
Oh my God, you're so cute. But I mean, there's.
Pussy just rubbed up against me. Too.
I know.
Literally.
Did you just do the L word? Do it.
No, I won't do yours. You know I hate those. Do it.
I've already done one. I can't.
What is that? What is that one? Mine is Ruby Falls with you.
I will never explain what the
throw
what the
Stephen
L is.
O'Reilly off the damn bus. Like, bye, Felicia. Oh my God! I wake up to that and I'm like, what the fuck? What state are we in? This motherfucker's got to go. All right, no, never mind. You're awesome. I love you. All right.
I'll break your pinky because you can play without that one.
Yeah, let's focus.
No, what I was going to say is there was, when Chris and I sat down to do that, the one thing I said I did not want to do was, I knew I was going to lose my voice from laughing at your big ass. And the one thing I didn't want to do was make it a bitch session in whine, moan, piss, and complain.
With him, yeah.
I got all that out. You guys fucked up. I fucked up. We all fucked up. It's over. We hated each other for a minute. That's true. That's not me being funny. Yeah, after it all went down. Right? No, at the time when it all went down, yeah, we didn't like each other. Yeah. There was a minute where...
It's a bizarre few months, I got to be honest.
It was more than a few months, but yeah, it was a bizarre time.
Weird.
You guys threw me under the bus in print. I threw you under the bus to anybody that would listen.
Yeah, but like, I don't want to rehash it. But
no. But what I'm getting at is I didn't want to do that when I had Chris on the show,
right?
And I don't want to do that with you,
right?
What I do want to do,
people don't need to hear that anyway.
No. What I do want to do with you is, what was it like after I was gone? And I don't
have a golden pussy in the room.
I do. That's everybody knows. Sebastian's been on the show before.
Oh, it's a boy.
Yeah.
No, I'm gay.
You are.
It's true. Everything you thought is true. How many people in Louisville has thought, is Chuck gay? Yep.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many times I've been asked that. Anyway, all right.
Anyway, it's fine. What I was going to say is, and I don't mean from a professional standpoint, I mean, how did you handle it after everything went down? Because it was so weird at the time.
I tell you,
and that's not an interview question. That's a question that I want to know because I've never asked you that.
You know, obviously, you and I have talked about this, and we were together like just hours ago, and just a week ago or whatever. I've thought about this question. I got to be totally honest. Like, all joking aside, I don't.
You don't remember?
No. See, no, that's
Sparks.
No, that's the thing. No, that's and that was one thing that I kind of wanted to bring up. Yeah, my lifestyle was different then, and I was cuckoo then, and you know what I mean, and whatever. Right. But you don't forget stuff like that. You don't. No, you know what I mean. The only reason why you forget things like that is like a really bad car wreck that you black out and block out, right? Mm-hmm. To be real honest, you asked me what was my post thinkings and dealings. I'm going to be PC and just say that...
Hold up. You being PC on my show? The fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, that's right. I said with you. Right. I'm kidding, man. You say what you want.
No.
I'm giving you a hard time.
PC's not the right term. It's for lack of a better term.
You're going to protect the innocent.
I'm going to protect innocent or guilty.
You're going to protect some folks.
I was, a little, I guess, kind of like I am right now.
Miffed.
Yeah.
That's a good word. You like that word, don't you?
Bamboozled.
Oh, that's better than miffed.
I don't know. That is an extremely good question. My latter weeks after that went down, and obviously into the latter months were whirlwind-ish.
No, I get it.
I
totally get it.
So, can we go fifth? Can we plead the fifth? Can I go fifth at this point?
Whatever you want.
Yeah. That's where I'm going to go.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm going to go fifth.
Okay. That's fine.
Moving on. I love my dudes. Love every single one of them. I love Ivan as well. But I'm going to go fifth.
My favorite picture is, I want to say it was Thanksgiving. You had, the last drummer you had, I will say it. Some douchebag fuck named Ricky, whatever his fucking name was.
Oh, yeah. His name was Music.
Yeah, fuck him.
That's when I quit. That's when I bowed out.
Fuck him. Right in his dick.
We should talk about that.
No.
That's when I was
said
out.
I just said my piece about him. Fuck that dude. But there is a picture, and I think it's on my Facebook somewhere. It is a picture of Jesse, Ivan, and me. Weirdly, the three of us were at that show. And the reason that picture is so beautiful to me, because Jesse, Ivan, and myself, none of us have any issue or beef with each other.
Sure, yeah.
We've never had.
You were all backstage with us the other night.
The other night. Well, Ivan and I never had any issues when all that shit went down.
Yeah, of course.
And Jesse and I never had any issues when I moved up here. But for whatever reason, little boy. Yeah, little boy.
Yeah, I don't even know where he came from. Honestly, until you just said that, like a car wreck.
You forgot about him.
Did.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude.
No, it's really not. He was forgettable.
Well, yes.
Anybody wants to challenge me on it, bring it the fuck on. Anyway, for whatever reason, he decided to start that show with a, quote, mini drum solo or something. He came out first. So he comes out and he starts playing, and there's me, Ivan, and Jesse all standing in front of the saloon stage with the Impress Me Bro stance.
Well, listen, I don't know if you can, I'm sure you can hear it now projecting. I'm sitting here like thinking of this like like, are you stupid? That's what, hey, listen, like that's like someone walking out at some point and like, I am Snoop. You know, like give Chuck Willis that. I would just go, please, motherfucker, get the fuck out. Get off my stage. Yes, I know. Holy crap!
That's one of my favorite. Yeah, it's one of my favorite pictures because we didn't.
All three of y'all are probably going, oh, little buddy, I feel so sorry for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you're all kind people. You're all kind guys.
Till you piss me off, yes. Look,
yeah, I've seen it.
Look, listen. Here's the reason why I just threw this kid under the bus.
Listen, Linda.
This is the reason why I just threw this kid under the bus, so I don't come off as a hater.
No, God.
I met him way before.
I don't know how that happened.
I met him way before he was in the band with you guys.
Imagine Chuck Willis with a super bewildered look right now.
That's what he has.
It's weird.
Way before he was in the band with you guys. I was in Jefferson Tark Bus. That's how long ago this was when I met this kid.
Shouts to them.
Shouts to them.
Moody.
I love me some Moody.
Oh my goodness.
You big bastard.
He's such a giant.
I know, he's fucking huge. He just posted a picture the other day of us, and I'm like, really, dude? Why do you got to accentuate my shortness?
All right.
Here's.
Got it.
So, we were doing a benefit, and I don't remember the band he was playing with, but I will never forget this. This is how you make an impression.
Is this post me leaving Heaven Hill?
No. This is way before he was even in Heaven Hill.
Oh, okay.
Ivan was still in Heaven Hill.
Oh, okay.
We were doing a benefit, and this is how you make a bad impression on me.
Right.
Or on anybody that has any kind of... It was just douchey. They played before us. I don't remember what the band was. Couldn't tell you. I have no clue. Somebody can fucking tweet me or shit-face me, whatever you want to do. And I walked up to him, and I said, hey, man, I just wanted to tell you, you fucking played very well, or whatever I said, or kick ass, or good job, or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just being nice.
You're just a kind person, yeah.
I can be.
You are always.
So anyway, he looked up at me and he said, yeah, I know. And he went back to doing what he was doing. I think he was unhooking his pedal. And I just looked down at him and I said, you have no fucking idea who I am, dude.
You did?
Yeah. And
Good for double high fives.
I didn't
because I was just about to say.
I didn't mean to, though. It just
yes, but you should have. Listen, as I'm hearing you say this, I'm thinking, not like me. I'm thinking like you. Like I'm watching this unfold. Like, oh my gosh, you gonna talk to Stephen O like that? Get your fucking no, dude. That's like walking up to literally. You can hate for those that are sports fans. You can hate like Drew Bledsoe or like, you know what I mean. You can hate the Patriots, but talk shit to Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, motherfucker, just don't.
I don't know what you're saying, but
I know you don't. I know you don't. Right. All right, so we'll get back to Stephen Land. But yes.
See that glazed look I just had?
The one that I just had? Yeah. All right. He fucking said that? Are you serious?
Yeah. And that's how I met him. And I just was like, you know what, dude?
And that's who we hired?
You can go fuck yourself. Yeah.
At that point, you know that we were run by management. Secrets out.
You weren't run by yourselves.
Right.
But that's how I met him. And then fast forward, I guess,
puppets.
a year or two later, however long it was.
Yeah.
Because I was at a Turk bus by then.
I was going to say, you know what? I was just lying. You did not play that well. Your time signature's awful. You couldn't play with a click to save your fucking soul. And your last name isn't really music. Like, stop fucking lying.
I know.
If you were close to my couch. Right. Oh.
That's so. Just to set the record straight, that's why I don't like that kid.
Right. Got it.
If I'd have met him under different circumstances,
he
might have been a nice kid. I don't know. But here's the thing, and this is the key to this whole story about this kid.
Yeah.
He wasn't from here. I was making an approach to him because I was the new kid at one point. Sure. I knew what it was like to move to a new town.
Right.
And I
especially
was trying
be a young kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was trying to extend that.
Trying to be kind.
And he pissed in my face, and I went, yeah, go
you know
fuck
what?
yourself.
Yeah.
And FYI, he's not in Louisville anymore.
You're not.
I think he moved back to Cincinnati.
I
wherever
honestly
the fuck he was
wondered.
from. I like this little note from his mommy on his snare drum.
What was it? See, dude, like the total like we got to talk about this like off the mic, but like
actually we do because that was shitty of me.
No, it's not. I mean, honestly, there's been people that have brought you up to me before that have spoke about like well, you all had Flaw's drummer post O'Reilly. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. And I will say right next to Ivan, I will say right here, like I said to Ivan, standing with you the other night, like Ivan knows it. Like Ivan the other night was like, oh shit, fuck, O'Reilly would dominate me. You know,
well,
no,
I feel that way about Ivan.
But you heard him the other night say he was
me.
like, I'm not getting on stage if O'Reilly's playing. Hell no. You'll pick a drummer. Which one you want to do? If Evan Hill's going to do a reunion, I'm not doing the same stage with O. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the dynamic you guys have. Because,
it's mutual respect.
Right.
Ivan's a fucking badass.
He's awesome.
He's a monster player.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he's different than me, but that doesn't mean
that kid was not, man, what a talk about digression.
Wow.
From the boy we brought from Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now this is where I do become a little bit douchey for a second. He had to learn the shit that I played on the record.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Like Ivan said, he also said that the other night. He goes, "No, boys, I'm not doing Miles Away like that. It's just not happening." And I would always go, "Well, I need that last like that second beat in right before the second chorus." And he goes, "I don't know, call O'Reilly then." But that's how cool Ivan is. You know what I mean? Ivan would just be like, "I can't do it. Can't do it, man."
I love Ivan's awesome.
He is awesome.
Hell of a drummer.
So he did say. So I texted him the other day. We're doing this all on.
It doesn't matter.
All right. So I texted him. I was like, so if we do a Heaven Hill reunion, would you come? He goes, okay. I guess I will. He said, what songs am I supposed to play? And I was like, I don't know. Why don't you pick them? He goes, no, just have O pick them. And we'll figure it out from there. And I was like, dude. But that's how cool Ivan is.
Well,
he had to learn.
On my show, we'll do it this way. I'll do all the
Ivan Drago, I love you.
I'll do all the somewhat civil shit. He can do the second record that I can't remember the fucking name of right now.
Nope. Me either. What was it?
I wasn't on it. Don't look at me. Okay, edit all that out. I'll cut it out.
No, that's good. It's good. It's like fodder for awesomeness. I don't know.
I don't remember what the name of it was.
I don't either.
Actually,
there was some
wasn't it
awesome
just Heaven
songs. Yeah, maybe it was. There was some.
No, there was some good songs on there.
There was some great songs.
There's a couple songs on there. When I got it, I went.
Well, actually, there was a couple. There was a couple. Yes, there was a couple
Yeah.
that you wrote.
Well, no, I didn't write.
You wrote with. Yeah, you started the writing with that we ended up putting on that.
I
record.
started the process, but
Right.
no, I didn't write them.
One is
got that chord, fucker.
One is The Obvious, which was kind of like one of the early ones, and then redone Like that. Wait. No, that was on Somewhat Civil. All right.
The obvious is Somewhat Civil, and it's also the end piece to my show. Get it
awesome.
together, fucker.
Sorry.
Wow.
Well, I just heard that the other night. Man, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah, the drums on it are phenomenal.
Duh. Right.
And then there's some Squealy McSquealertons.
Oh, my God. How bad did I call him out?
That's why I brought it up.
Teek said, please don't give Kerr too much shit while we're on stage. And I was like, really?
Why? What?
He's on stage with Breckenridge. Like, I'm going to give him shit. And Kerr comes up to me at soundcheck and goes, please don't give me too much shit. I was like, you don't give Chuck Willis a mic.
Listen, Squealy.
Yeah. Well, I think I was kind of nice to him.
No,
what did I say? I was like,
awesome.
we found him in the alley begging for change with a Heaven Hill t-shirt on. Gave this motherfucker a guitar.
Now, on a serious note, what happened to the original guitar player for Breckenridge?
Critter.
Not Raul. Obviously, Raul was there.
All right, yeah, we can put this on. Critter was the original Breckenridge guitar player, and he is my cousin.
Have I ever met him? I don't think I have.
Probably not. I don't know. But he lived with me most of my life. He was kind of like my brother. So we're going to go real quick and to the point with this.
No, you're fine.
Him and I are not anymore okay.
Okay.
He's taken a different life path than I have. Not meaning that he doesn't like my broccoli shakes. He's just, let's put it that way. He is, he's doing his own thing, and he wasn't going to be a part of it. So, it was an obvious call for me to call when Rahul said, okay, well, who would you have play? And obviously Kerr.
Well, right.
Kerr can learn something in a second, So.
I was going to give him a half a second, but.
Right. He is pretty good. Isn't that crazy?
That boy's pretty goddamn good.
So, wait.
What? Right. No, go ahead. I'm done.
Who was first? The
chicken or the egg?
Right. So was it? Right. Well, that's actually my point. Was it Kerr first, or was it the ego Kerr first that you remember? Like, which one was it?
What do you mean that I remember?
The ego Kerr, or the guitar player Kerr? Which one was first?
What do you mean that I remember? I don't understand the question. The one that sticks out as my first impression?
Yeah.
Oh, the ego.
The
ego.
Does it really?
Oh, fuck yeah.
See, I got a good taste of him the other night. He was really, really nice.
Oh, no. Kerr and I have made peace. That's why I have no problem throwing him under the bus, because at the same time I will caress his booty. Him and I have made peace. Kerr and I had the biggest issues.
Oh boy.
Kerr and I wanted to fight for a minute.
There was
And he knows it.
Yeah.
And I know it. But we have since everything is squashed, everything's fine. In fact, true story, swear to God, not making this up. What is today? Today is in 3 days, him and his girl Mary Beth and myself and Staci are going to dinner.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut up.
Oh, cool. Thanks for the call, dude. Hey, y'all want to see beef? You want to hear beef? It's about to happen. For real, dickhead? Edit this.
Nope.
All right.
No, but the point is,
right?
we're
No,
good.
that's cool.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. So, well, that was part
but
of.
For a minute, there was a beef.
Oh my gosh.
It was.
Well, you know that I wouldn't
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I was out.
Yeah.
We actually did a Heaven Hill rehearsal, which was awesome.
Oh, we did. And you're just giving away all the secrets now.
Yikes! Oh, are we waiting for that? Yeah. Sorry.
No, we could talk about it. It is what it is.
Yeah,
There's enough buzz now. People already know that it's been talked about. But what they don't know, Barstar exclusive, we did have a few rehearsals last winter.
We did.
The 5 of us did get together.
And unfortunately, they sounded really good. I was kind of hoping it would be a disaster.
Yeah.
To where I could be like, I'm back to my business. I'm back to I'm out.
No, it was
I
good.
know. It was
good.
like, and it was so quick too. So quick.
Yeah.
Actually, the only time that we had a moment of pause, I don't know if you remember, and this is like joking on Kerr, like, sorry, buddy, I love you. But remember when Teague turned, I don't know if you saw this, but Teague turned to me and goes, "Fuck's up with like Kerr." And I go, look, like I'm standing there, like with the mic in my hand, living miles away, you're like getting into it, and Teague's going, like off his base, like nobody been playing like the hands off.
He was confused.
He was very, very confused.
He was confused.
Oh my goodness.
But we love Tigard.
We do. You know what's funny?
But Tig's been in super businessman land.
Me too.
I know you have, but
Yeah.
you interact with people. He interacts with
A
nerds
computer screen.
and a computer screen.
Yeah. Yeah, he is he's like tech business.
Yeah.
At least I deal with like
People.
housewives. And, like
Really?
I'm kidding. Not
Really?
True. Not true.
Extra anchovies?
Yes.
Only people in their 40s will
gotta
get
stop.
that joke.
Quit divulging. All right. If we have extra like B-roll, we'll do that one.
Dude, I can go anywhere.
I've always joked about that. Like people, they're like, Chuck, why is your business so successful? Like, how do you just walk up to somebody's door selling iron? And I'm like, you think I'm selling iron? We're so edited. That has to be edited, dude.
Nope.
Oh, wow. Teague answered about like 2 years ago. I called him out. I was like, man, I might use your marketing business to like promote my company or whatever.
Right.
He goes, really? apparently you don't need any marketing, pizza boy. And I was like, oh, the movie. What was that movie?
I can't remember the name of that
What was
movie.
that movie? But yes,
But
like the 80s movie. Yes,
People that are our age will get the reference.
right. No.
All right.
No.
Okay. All right.
Woosah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I need a break.
Wait. I got to pee anyway. So let's move on to social media issues.
Holy shit.
You're live on the Bar Star podcast. What do you really think about Chuck Willis?
Hello?
What do you really think about Chuck Willis?
There's that sexy voice.
I love it. Well,
Sexy voice.
oh, Rally. Hey, you do know you called Steven's phone, not mine.
Damn, wrong number. I'll be right back.
Hey, guys, we were a really close band.
We were real tight.
I'll be there in a minute.
All right, I'll see you in a minute.
That was awesome.
Comes out,
Oh my
comes out.
gosh, right.
When it sold what?
I just remember writing when it's so actually you remember like in rehearsal space, we had a great rehearsal space, but we would at times we would turn it a little bit. Remember we did it one, like you would be back in, like there was a corner, but like our greatest that I remember writing sessions were you with like back to the fireplace when we you know what I mean? And that's when It Sold was written. I'll never forget it because
that's when It Sold was fixed.
okay.
Because When It Sold was done.
Actually, Glenn, our producer, was in Louisville. Like we flew him in. Yes.
No. Here's how I remember it, and I could be wrong, but how I remember it, and I wrote about this in the book. You guys sent me. I want to say you guys sent me like 7 or 8 songs. And When It Sold was one of them because The Obvious was one of them.
It wasn't 7 or 8. There was probably 4.
Point being, The Obvious was on there because I remember.
But it was like a very live version.
He totally just walked out of the room.
Cats.
Horrible podcast hang. Just leaving the fucking room.
Don't have cats in the studio.
Don't come over. They live here.
Oh, I can't. I love you. I love you.
They kind of fucking live here, Chuck.
They do.
Anyway, however many it was, I remember that The Obvious was the one that caught my attention first.
Such a slugger. It's awesome.
It did,
Dude, it's still big.
Yes, I will arrogantly say that I had a hand in making that bigger, but
That's not arrogant.
I remember when I heard When It Sold, I went, this song really fucking needs something. And that was the one that I had the idea for. And then Chris reminded me that I had the idea for the double time thing at the end of Hold On Tight. When I went, or whatever the hell I played.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So I remember that there was some songs that were done, before I got here because there was a shit ton more than 4 songs.
Is it like? Can we stream in any like just?
I can put in anything in here I want to.
I think can we put any? How fun is that? Let's do that.
Well, I've got some. You don't pay attention.
I want to hear. Like that part. Hold on tight. I want to hear your the B of obvious and the B of when it's sold, because that is when I had people coming up to me and they were like, "Who's this drummer? Like where'd you all get him? Like like the guys that you now know like as friends, like Moody, all those kids, what I mean, like great Louisville musicians.
Right. All
of them were like, "Holy crap, who's this bald guy?" Like what I mean, all that kind of stuff, and I was like, "Don't worry about it." Because there was a time and space when I was like high school girlfriend with you. I won't tell. I'm not even saying his first name. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm not even going to tell you where he's from.
Nope. I remember.
This is my boyfriend.
I remember. That's my man. I remember Scott Clark telling me, I guess it was the first show I did that he did, and we talked about it on his episode, but he said, "Who the fuck are you, and why did I not know you existed?"
Exactly, yes. And you know what, O'Reilly, a lot of people felt that way. A lot of people. And I'm not tooting your horn. I am, but it's different.
I'm
it's
getting
different
old and fat. I need it.
Yeah, no, it's different when it's me and you. But yeah, man, I got it all the time. Like my stepdad, like my real dad, like family members were like, "Holy shit, it's a game changer." You know what I mean? Like, did he bite his cymbal? Like, did he bite his sticks? Like, what is going on back there? You know what I mean? And musically, sonically, it was way different.
Right. I've talked about this a few times, and I don't know if I've talked about it on the show or not. I think I have. Doesn't matter. I'm known
You and Chris
for...
You and Chris, I hate to interrupt. You and Chris talked about the demise of Heaven Hill, but you all very briefly talked about the rise of Heaven Hill.
Well, the rise...
Because it didn't start with you. Like,
the rise
you all
was...
did talk about like how we met, but
right.
you all didn't really talk about, you know what I mean? Like how we started writing, you know what I mean? Like how it got
well,
weird
yeah, but the rise
awesome.
Was already on its way when you hired me, so
That's
to speak.
True.
You and
Sure.
Chris did talk about that.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, I've talked about this before. I'm known, quote unquote, for my flashy bullshit and all that stuff, and that's great. But a lot of people forget I am musically fucking educated. I'm pretty smart. So it's interesting to me, and it's not humble, it's not arrogant. It's a fact to me. It's interesting to watch people. There's people on this side that are like, "Oh, he's just cool because he's flashy," and then there's people on this side and they're like, "No, he actually fucking knows what he's doing."
Right.
It's interesting to me to be in the middle and go, "They don't know what to make of me. Just keep talking." Yeah.
Left side, right side. Just keep talking.
Yeah. Just keep talking. It makes you feel good.
Well, we Up Church and I from backstage the other night talked about you.
Uh-oh.
No, it was great. He was like, so I just did the rounds and like figured out, like how I know you, like how we met, like all that kind of stuff. So, long and short, he was like, "Remember that sheet that I showed you earlier?" I was like, "Yeah," with all that scribbles all over it. He was like, "Well, your drummer like knows what that is." It's the notes.
It's music.
Yes, right.
Real music.
Right. And it brought me back to the days when you and I lived together. Do you remember like there were like Saturday nights and Sunday mornings or whatever, like when you weren't doing church or whatever, you would always have to tell me, you'd be like, "Quiet at the pool. I'm writing drum parts." And man, if anybody ever...
He used to squat on that table in front of the computer. Stacy misses that table. Like, "I missed it when you sit like a frog in front of your computer." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And I forgot about it.
Yeah. But I think there's a lot of people nowadays, but a lot of people don't know that you are trained to play drums. So when people say, "Oh, he's the flashy one," or "Oh, he flips his sticks," and all that, like all that rigmarole.
Well, and then
you're also playing on time
to a click.
Yeah, or or making the click.
Or being the click, yeah.
Remember with us,
But-
you'd have to start the
Yeah. Well, and with us, we were doing, and
Oh,
everybody
my gosh.
knows
Yeah,
that
we
we
had
were doing
tons.
tracks.
Yeah. Well,
So I was
every
playing-
great band does.
Yeah. But the other part is the ones that know that I'm, quote, trained, forget. They just think I came out of the womb and I was trained. No, motherfucker, I played for like 17 years before.
Yeah.
I didn't go to music school until I was 29.
Right.
I was old.
Yeah. So
Now I'm like super old, but
we joked about this in my kitchen.
we did.
Can we say it? Do you want to say it on
Say
tape?
whatever you want.
How old?
I'm 43.
Okay. So
I don't give a shit.
I know. But remember, I was so shocked in my kitchen. I was like, really?
Yeah.
No way. Because, well, you and I living together, like, it just didn't feel that way. You know, when you're bandmates and you ride or die together, it just doesn't, you don't.
I'm old, but I'm awesome.
Way more awesome than me. You know
That
what I
is
mean?
not true.
Well, no.
You're hot.
Hot. that was one that we started with. We do need to tell people about that. How much time do we have?
Yeah, we have as much time as you want.
Okay.
According to my calculations, I've got about 46 hours of recording time. We're good.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, all right. I
I'm
remember.
not, look at the bottom of that. I'm not making that up.
Oh my gosh, you really. Well, I can tell you, I'm gone way before that.
Yeah, I love you, but I'm not staying in with you for a week.
Unlock the door. Unlock the door.
She'll be here in a minute. She's coming, Chucky.
All
Calm
right.
down.
So, which one came first, Dunham or Davidoff? It was Dunham for you and I.
As far as in the house,
yes.
it was Dove.
It was Dove first. Was it really? Because that was our bonding. That was when, you know, I still look back at, you know, you asked the question, what happened for me post the
When I was gone.
demise? Yeah. What happened for me?
I like how you call it the demise.
Well,
It wasn't a demise. You guys did great after me. You had Ivan. You did some badass shows.
I appreciate
You did
that.
a great second record.
Yes, I totally
That
agree.
was not a demise.
Brother, I totally agree. That's not really what I mean.
You just missed me.
Yeah, dude. Right. So, but the demise maybe was
Oh my God, I missed you.
I didn't hear like you know the wails from your room. Like like there was less sonic dynamic in Chucky's world after that happened. Wales was bad adjective. Sorry.
And you couldn't smell the cooked coffee anymore.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about saying that. Why'd you have to bring that up? Now everybody goes, oh, he is a dumbass.
Dude, do you know how many dumb things I've said? Do you know how many dumb things I've said on this show?
Actually, there's been a couple.
Exactly.
Like, I wanted to call you and I wanted to go, all right, no, it's not right now. Like he's not on there. Like he's not in the studio right now. But like there was one, I was sitting at Walgreens and I wanted to go, oh, Riley, you fucking idiot. Like take that back. Like
See, I've said dumb shit. It's fine.
right. All right.
You said cooked coffee once and it was
I
awesome.
did, dude. It was
awesome.
It was
fantastic.
And the funniest part is I set that machine up for you because I was like, our drummer just loves coffee. I'm going to let him cook it all he wants. All right.
By the way, you do know that we're supposed to be in social media issues right now, right?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's talk about
I gotta rein you in.
You do. You know what? I love that I have allergies now and not the
Leaky face.
we can't.
You're showing.
Yeah, we can't talk about it.
We can talk about whatever we want to.
No, I'm not okay with him. I'm a man of the church. All right, so bring me into this. Social media.
Yeah, what's your issues with social media? Good, bad, or indifferent? What bugs you about it? What do you like about it? What do you despise about it? That was the weirdest voice I've ever done.
I like it though.
What do you despise about it?
I will tell you this.
One day on this show, I'm going to do my old lady voice.
The one that woke me up on the bus and that scares the fuck out of me. Like,
Oh, no, that's Ruby Falls.
Is my mom dying? Like screaming Ruby Falls. What? Chuck! Get out the house! Mom! No, it's just a mountain. It's just a mountain.
It's just a place. on the side of the interstate.
All right, come on. Okay. Now I'm wrangling you in. All right.
Sorry.
My issues with...
Be Canadian.
Sorry. Hey, if anybody wants to know, no way.
They don't want to know. Go ahead.
X this out of your brain. But if I'm ever missing, I am in BC, British Columbia, Canada. I want to go so bad. So I've talked to my kids.
I want to go to Toronto.
That's the other side, though, Vancouver. Remember, we were asked to do our record in Vancouver. Remember, Glenn, he was like...
No, he wanted to do the second one. He didn't want to do ours in there because
no, I know, but the original talk with, like, before, like, when we had
that
Glenn,
must have been before me because I only met Glenn once.
Oh, speak of the little devil. Listen.
Daddy, I love you. I miss you. I love you so much. I really love you.
She wants something.
Well, listen, yeah, I was going to say, like, did she break her iPad? Is my first thought. And second, why is she up at 10:22?
Because she's out of Nutella.
And T just texts.
She's out of Nutella.
Hey, yes, I can make your conference table. But right now I'm on the podcast with O'Reilly. So it's going to cost you at least $50,000. That was Teague, folks.
Put your phone down.
All right, I'm done. All right, sorry. All right, so social media.
Social media.
Look, when we talked about this before, this is something I kind of want to talk about. I am 36 years old.
God, you're a puppy.
I am single.
I'm just kidding. You're not a puppy.
Hear this, for real. I'm single at 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Was married for a very long time after Heaven Hill and after,
the time you disappeared.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As I I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought you were abducted.
I was.
What happened to Chucky?
She is an alien.
She took him.
Yes, she did. Teague said, "Ha!" All right, so this is one. It's a little bit social media. Facebook bothers me.
Okay,
I'll clear that one up with you really close, really quick. It bothers me straight up. Kind of like what Evan said, because I was listening to your alls and put your phone down.
Oh, yeah.
Put your phone down and watch your kids do that, right? Take a picture real quick, right? I do that, and people see me posting all over the place. But people have to know that my posts are days later. You know what I mean? From like when that picture was snapped or whatever. Like, take it, put your phone down, whatever. That is also one of my biggest issues. Second, I have to say, the dating thing. At 36 and single, and if I'm not wrong, you were damn close to, you were younger, but we were in our 30s when you found yourself single before you met Staci.
Before I met Staci,
right.
I was 31, 32.
Yeah,
because we've been together almost 10 years. So yeah.
But in those
32.
days, I don't know if it was happening then, but like nowadays there's social media for singles.
There is, but I will tell you the truth. And as soon as I say this, you're going to pretty much go, yeah, that's true. I was in Heaven Hill. I was in 2 other bands.
Duh.
When I was single. Duh.
There ain't a dating site on the fucking planet that can get you more ass than that.
No. See?
Yes. Well,
I didn't need it.
I'm 36. Not in heaven.
True.
You know what I mean? And that doesn't matter, really. Anyway, like, my businesses are successful and life is great and all that kind of stuff. But it just...
Let me ask you this. Do you find that there's too many games being single?
You know what?
Is that kind of what you're getting at?
No. Well, okay, yes. But
when I say games, I don't mean games like the games we used to play when we were kids, as far as the head games with a girl and a guy and all that shit. I mean the games as in, I'm only going to give you this much truth and then I'll tell you the rest later.
Right.
That kind of game.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yes.
Because I see that with some of my friends and some of Staci's female friends. I see how they play other guys. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that?
Well, here's why. I was gonna like cut to the chase. It's
Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, it's great. It's the swipe left, swipe right show. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody really wants to even commit, and I'm guilty. Even commit to like one like date, like
Right.
Go to dinner, go to coffee, see if it's wrong, see if it's right. The other problem is my problem with social media, and this is my biggest, filters. They should.
You've heard me talk about this several times on my show.
They should be banned.
Bitch, your teeth ain't that white.
Your boobs ain't that big.
Nope.
You ain't that tall.
Nope.
Your hair don't look that good. In fact, that ain't your hair. What?
Just stop it.
I just paint the fucking bullseye because I like heavy nuts.
I paint the bullseye on my nuts. You gonna take a second fucking peekaboo. Shotgun titty.
Yeah, come on. So that's.
No, I get it.
I honestly, I don't want to put too much of this out there because. But yeah, that's my biggest issues. My biggest issues with social media to jump off of where you and Evans went, and you all launched really, really great into it and very, very intelligent. If I could add anything to you two brilliant men is that
I'm so not brilliant.
well, you guys are both great thinkers. That's why we all got along. But it's just this. It's that it's allowed us to be phony.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's almost drawn great men and great women into being phony. Do you know what I mean? Like
I do.
Like by accident. Like, you know what I mean? Just because it's become the social norm and you know how to verbalize that. But like it's
I know exactly how to verbalize it. Here's something I want you to think about. And I was going to tell this story on my show eventually. It didn't happen to me. But one of the podcasts I listen to religiously is a James Michael podcast, which is called the Jamcast. James Michael was the singer for 6 a.m., Nikki Sixx's band.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But what a lot of people don't know about him is he was a producer long before he was a singer.
Right. And a writer, big time.
He was a writer and a producer, but he wrote and produced Saliva's first biggest smash hit.
Produced it. Nikki wrote it.
Nope.
Nikki wrote it.
Nope. James Michael wrote it. He's got writing credit. We can debate that later.
Right. Yeah.
Pointing out the point I'm getting at.
You were about to just see like a rehearsal of Evan Hill, O'Reilly, and Chuck fighting.
Okay, on the count of 3, just say the words. You're right. 1, 2, 3. You're right.
You're right.
See? There you
Got
go.
it.
Okay. Anyway, have Evan the microphone. What I was getting at is he was telling a story, and he's written and produced, produced
Total
for
monster.
Kelly Clarkson and everybody in between. So he's done a shit ton of people.
Yes.
Amazing street cred, amazing music industry credit. No question. He told this story on his podcast. He had a management company contact him, and they wanted him to write and produce a young up-and-coming artist's record. He said, absolutely.
Rock
Come to
artist?
the Pop, I think
Pop,
he said.
yeah.
He never said it was a young girl, and he never said her name in his story. And I'm giving the short version because I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
But he said, absolutely, have her come to the studio. We'll do a writing session and see how it goes. And we'll decide at the end of it. The girl gets there. He said it was the weirdest 4 hours of his life. Because the week leading up to... You better have we have a run-in.
Wait.
We have a run-in.
And he's hung out with Nikki Sixx?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, baby. How are you? How are you, sweetheart? Oh, I love you.
We have a
So
run-in.
good to see you.
You better say hi to
We
everybody.
gotta
Say hi, baby.
get in there.
Hi.
Hi.
No, I don't like this thing.
I love your hair. I love your hair. When'd you do that?
You already did it once.
Keeps getting shorter.
Yeah,
and
we put you
shorter.
like your phone call was on here.
I didn't mean
And you did a solo show. You did a show by yourself.
I had a throat sing.
She had a throat sing. By the way, kids, her throat sing's way better than
I was
ours.
just about to say, whose fault was that?
Well, first it was the doctor's, but the doctor fixed
Did you
it.
try to heal it up?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Popsicle?
It was great. With my special thought.
Oh, God. You found the only girl that's as nasty as you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm aware of that. Oh, no. So anyway, the week leading up to...
She was too weird for him?
No. Listen, this is why he said it was the weirdest writing session ever. the week leading up to the writing session, they had these, his words, not mine, but they had these amazing text and email conversations about the direction of the music, where everything was going.
And she was awesome and normal.
She was awesome and normal, and what her vision was, this, that, and the other. And when she was in front of him, she could barely look him in the eye, couldn't create any sentences, that whole deal. And he said it was the weirdest 4 hours. He said because when she left, she wasn't gone from the studio for 20 minutes and texted me and told me how amazing it was and couldn't wait till the next time we got together.
It wasn't her.
He said, and I'm sitting here thinking, I couldn't even get this chick to look me in the eye because people... I'm holding your phone.
Are so good at that.
They don't know how to look somebody in the eye and communicate.
You and I try to call.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. I text you when I'm teaching.
Well,
or
we
when
have
I'm
to.
at
Yeah,
work.
and for business, with me, there's a lot of times that.
But the point I'm getting at, and when he said that, I see the same thing in my students. There's an age, and I don't know where it is, but there's an age that they just don't know how to look somebody in the eye and communicate. You just can't. Oh yeah,
communicate anymore.
See, I just don't even know how to talk to people.
Yes,
but it's a
real,
serious fucking problem.
It is happening.
It's getting bad.
It is happening, and you know what? You landed on it. That is my issue, and we launched into this because of me admitting being the dating scene.
Yeah,
being 36 and single, divorced with 2 kids and whatever. It's hard.
Absolutely.
I tell you why, because of just that. I've sat and talked to someone on the phone, when I'm in a meeting or whatever, and we're thumbs talking.
Right.
Thumbs are talking.
Thumbing.
Yes. And then
we just create
not the fun kind. Whoa. No, that word's been around forever.
Oh, damn.
But this is the new age thumbing. Different, double thumbing.
QWERTY thumbing.
Right. So,
what you said, double thumbing.
But really, yeah, that's not good either.
No, that was horrible.
But literally, you meet this person and you're like, will you call your sister and tell her to come here because the picture that you sent me and all the talk that you did is not you.
Yeah.
So that's my beef with it. And here's the other thing. The biggest thing that you and Evans didn't fully go into, I think, you started to, is that the Joneses. Y'all talked a minute about it, but the Joneses, the term.
Oh, keeping up with the Joneses.
Keeping
and all
up
that
with
shit.
the Joneses
Yeah.
is my biggest issue with social media, and it's because, man, when you grew up, at 8 a.m. in the summer, like right now. My kids are outside. Mm-hmm. My kids are outside and don't come home. You know what I'm saying? Be out there. Don't whatever. Nowadays you got to worry about all that kind of stuff, and you got to worry about what your neighbor says. Do they have a bigger house, or is their car cooler, and what kind of countertops do they have? All that kind of shit.
You remember what I said earlier?
What Facebook is doing, it's lying to people.
Absolutely.
And what it's doing, it's building a false empire. This empire is not real. It's not real.
Well, Facebook's not building it. The users are building
I know.
And here's
you're right.
the only reason why I say it that way. I have made, and I said this on my very first Hang episode when I had David Hoback in here, because he said it too. I have made a fuck ton of money off of Facebook.
Sure.
Because it's the greatest
I don't
free
disagree with it.
Platform there is.
Buddy.
But
look at Kentucky Ironworks.
Yeah,
Duh.
exactly. But people just, it's like everything else. People abuse it. People will, give a human being something and they will fuck it up every time.
Yeah. I would, you and I also, we joked a long time ago, and actually a lot of the Heaven Hill band talked about it, my theories of aliens and Bigfoot and all that kind of stuff. And one of them ties back into this, believe it or not, the Bigfoot thing. Those guys, if they exist, and I'm all joking aside, right? I know it's silly, right?
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
but really, they don't want that. Mm-mm. They don't want you know what I mean. They don't want social media or whatever, and it's bizarre to us now. right? You and I use it. You use it for business. I
yeah.
use it for business, and we're killing it, right? High five on that, for sure. But at the same time, you also have to like think, if that was yanked from, humans, what would you do? What would you do?
I can answer that question. There is and I don't know what the actual number would be.
Rogan, Joe Rogan talked about this. Not too long ago.
I love Joe Rogan.
It was awesome.
Hi, Joe. I'm available.
Well, he was talking about like Bigfoot. That's kind of why I started.
I know. But what I was going to say is, I don't know what the actual number would be, where the cutoff would be of the different age groups. But there's age groups. I am in one of them. I would be fine because I know how to talk to people. I know how to pick up a phone and dial a fucking number and go, hey, man, here's the deal. This is what I'm looking at.
Right.
Whatever the conversation is.
Read people that text that I sent to you earlier.
Oh, shit.
Remember about the
Oh, yeah.
It is that age group. And it's that term is getting wider and wider, I think. What was it? What did I say? I was furious when I wrote it. Don't know if I can do it tonight.
Today sucks. Actually, all days are awesome, but this one's a little struggle. And I said, I hate your struggling. Just let me know. And you said, I'm not struggling, really. I just got young bucks that work for me, and I have to show them the same shit 10 times before their millennial minds catch on.
Right? That proves our point.
I do the same thing to my students.
Here's the thing.
I do the same thing to my students. That leads
exactly into our point about social media. They have to see it 14 times. Like, scroll. You and I will just go, fuck. I'll just call him. You know what I mean? It's too hard. I'll just call him.
Well, and not only that, there's the ability, again, it's in that certain age group, and because I'm older than you, I'll just put myself in the old man age group.
You're barely older than me.
I know, but Todd said it great when he was on the show. 5 years doesn't seem like a lot.
It is, yeah.
But 5 years is the difference between the Beatles and Elvis.
True.
Very true. What I'm saying?
Yeah, very, very
true.
Well, I mean,
or Todd, 9 years, whatever it was.
Like it's the difference between Metallica and Days of the New. You know what I mean?
True.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But what I was getting at is, I have an attention span.
Yes.
I know how to focus on something. I know how to start something and finish it.
But you're losing it. You are.
You're lose it.
Trained to lose it.
I'm not being trained to lose it. I lose it on shit that I know that I can let go. So, jokingly, I'm ADD, but not literally.
So you say
literally. There's two.
I don't know what that one is.
I'm not gonna tell. I told you.
I've heard it on the show, and I'm like, what is he talking about?
I'll never explain it.
No.
But what I'm getting at is, we're all being, quote, trained to do that. But the ones of us that are kind of smart,
right,
i.e. me, I'm very aware of it. And there's shit I'm like, yeah,
do you remember
what?
me and you
I
taking
really
our IQ test at the old house? You don't remember that? We did it on the computer, on your computer. We both tested like out of the fucking planet on it. And then Todd Blankenship took it. And he did too. And then we
that's because Todd's fucking smart.
Todd's super smart. Well, all of us are. And then we gave it to Tubi from the Hillbillies. You don't remember that?
I do now.
It was on that same website. And I was like, I swore to you and to Todd, and like I was like, I think that it's just me and O'Reilly and Blankenship. Like we're just on like the same wavelength. They're on the same website or whatever. And then we gave it to Tubi, and Tubi got like a third. I love you, bro. But you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe you don't remember that. Like your score was it was when I was jamming like all the new rehab things on your computer, and you were getting pissy at me and whatever.
Well, anyway. you were going down that rabbit hole that I wasn't interested in. Rap. I'll tell you straight up.
Rap, which is
no, don't even look.
Which is why Tubi was at our house.
I know.
He's doing great these days, by the way.
Is he?
He is. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he just had a child. Doing very, very well.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too much longer, so let's move this thing along.
Hey, listen. It's man.
What?
Honestly, I could go for hours with you, but I don't think that we should put it all on a podcast. You and I need to talk.
You come back as many times as you want.
What is he saying? We haven't even touched on half of that crap. Damn, the couch time.
The couch time.
Oh my gosh.
We can touch on the couch time.
Do you have it still?
Have what?
The Dove Davidoff stuff.
Of course I do.
Oh my
I just can't. I can't play it on the show because I don't have
I
the
know.
rights to it.
Can you play Heaven Hill on the show?
Yeah, I have the rights to that.
Yeah, you do.
I fucking play
Duh.
drums on it,
Duh.
and the guy that wrote most of it gave me full permission.
I got 51, boy.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying.
I'm kidding. I don't know if I do or not. I should, but I don't know.
I was thinking in the back of my mind, you don't have shit, but I was just gonna let you roll with it.
Go with it, dog. Dumb. Cool guy.
Okay, pal.
Okay, awesome. See, people will hear this and they'll be like, "That's the greatest band ever." We thought they broke up in a flame, like it was a bomb that went off. No,
there was some flames for a minute, but they were put out pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to stories from the stage. Bumper music, dog.
Like,
Bingo. All right, what do you got for me?
stories from the stage.
I like how you stand up and sit down.
I have to keep my back.
You're like in a Catholic church or something. Up, down.
What about my shirt? What about my shirt the other night? You know how much stuff I've gotten over that shirt?
It was funny.
You think it was funny?
I thought it was fantastic.
You know that's truly from my church.
I know. That's what makes it even funnier.
So many people like private messaged me and they were like, "That's the greatest freaking thing ever," and I'm like, that's real. You know what I mean? But everybody goes, "Oh, Chuck from Breckenridge, that's funny." You know what I mean? They were like, "Oh, no way," right? You know, I get all that, but anyway,
you had to know you were going to get backlash if you wore that fucking shirt on stage.
Yeah, but not backlash. Not backlash.
I don't mean backlash in a good or bad way, just backlash. Period.
Sure. Yeah.
Comments. We'll make it neutral. Call it comments.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So stories from the stage. Man,
you got a few.
we got a few.
No. You don't. It doesn't have to be with me. I don't give a shit.
Well,
I want your story.
They all are.
No, you've been on stage without me.
Here's the thing. I've always been a drummer type singer. You know what I mean? Like well, first of all, you know why. I don't know what happened. It was probably because I was doped up, drunked up, and like smoking 90 cigarettes a day. Like I couldn't count to save my life. Nowadays it's way different. So, like Scott McKenzie said the other night, he goes, "Are you black now?" Like, how'd you get timing? He was like, "You're teaching like Tig and Rahul timing." Like we used to have to like dumb you in. You know, remember how bad I was sometimes?
Yes, I do.
So
you a non-counting some bitch.
I know. Well, the problem was that I didn't care. I was too low. Like, you know,
somebody else will do it.
right? Yeah, and I hate that. So the stories from the stage. The greatest I think was, I gotta say, with you.
Uh-oh.
I have to stand up. I wish we could crank this thing up. But I remember at Headliners. I think it was. Was it not? Was it not? I am. I told you I project. But so during the show, of course, I'm lit up at the show. Duh. So, but I forget that your riser was like
80 feet.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Is that the CD release show?
Yes. So I turn around and I go, "Woo." I'll never forget looking under that thing. I was so fucked up. I was like, "He ain't there." I ain't real sure how to like talk to my drummer because he gone. He out of there. So stories from the stage. There's one for you. I've never told anyone that. And I'm divulging things that I probably should not. Like, I hope my kids do not hear this.
Oh, God, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Do you remember how big that damn... I'm not kidding.
That riser was so big.
Was that with Saliva?
No, that was our CD release show. That riser was so big, we had video going the entire night.
Why were you 9 feet in the air?
I'll tell you. Well, why, I don't know.
You loved
that
it.
was
It was awesome,
no.
though.
It was too high because
You were in front of the screen.
I was in front of the screens. So any of those pictures that any of you guys have seen over the years of me being in the corner,
Right.
that wasn't by necessary choice so I could be cool and be in the corner. I was blocking the fucking screen because the riser was so tall.
How did that happen? Well, you know,
I don't remember.
You had a lot of hype then. You did. Like, that was when people were starting to, like, realize, holy moly, this dude, like, you know.
I mean, I admit I have an ego when I'm on stage, but I didn't want anything that big because it was blocking the video.
You do. All right, wait,
I never wanted
This is
to
your
block the video.
podcast? I want to be the first guest to flip it on you. What's your favorite?
My favorite what?
Your favorite stage memory with Heaven Hill.
With Heaven Hill?
Mm-hmm. And don't say the one where I was looking under your drum riser.
That's my new favorite story. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
You flipped it on me.
I do. Well, you need that. I've heard so many times, like, yeah, dude, what's your favorite? Because
I'll tell you my favorite. Because I hate picking favorites. So I'll tell you my favorite that made the biggest impact on me. And then I'll tell you my favorite train wreck we had.
Oh,
because we only had one, believe it or not. You had a few.
Stop it!
But the band had. I'm just kidding.
No, stop it! Nobody else knows that.
No, the one that made the most impression on me was my first gig with you. I didn't even live here yet.
Yeah.
It was New Year's Eve, 2007.
Yep. You all talked about you and Evan talked about.
Yeah, and I had
Holy
never
shit.
been. I had never been to Phoenix
Holy
Hill.
shit.
I got lost. Literally got lost. I already gave you 2. You're not getting 3. I literally got lost in there. I did. I got lost in the damn bar. I was going, this fucking place is huge. Never seen anything that big. You guys took me to the band house after we did sound check, and it sounded phenomenal. Took me to the band house, and we had our first mini tiff that wasn't a real tiff, but it was a mini one because I had to explain to you fuckers that I don't drink when I play. Because you were trying to get me to shoot Heaven Hill, the Heaven Hill whiskey.
Well, they sponsored us. They give you
yeah,
free booze.
but at the same time, we had to have the special dude.
Oh yeah.
You gotta I will drink it after the show, not before I play. And you finally got
yep,
it.
yep.
You relented because I was not.
I was one of the first to relent. I think
you were, but you were still the toughest.
Yeah.
Because then after you finally went, all right, everybody else went, oh, Chuck's cool with it. Okay, we're cool with it.
Right.
You had that leader kind of mentality. But anyway.
I was trumped, finally, by this new guy from Atlanta.
Yeah, because there's certain things that my ass ain't budging on.
Right.
But anyway, and we walked across the street to Phoenix Hill, and we were playing in the saloon. And I remember walking through that door.
Thinking.
No. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I wrote it in the book, but the book isn't published yet. I'm working on it, fuckers. We walked through that door, and you were first. And that place popped and just started screaming. And the rest of us weren't even in there, and I was last. I remember walking in last, but I walked on stage first. Because for some reason, it just worked out that way.
Right.
And
Yeah.
every show since, by the way, I always walked on stage first.
Really?
FYI, I did, yeah. But I remember walking on stage going, holy shit. And everybody was still they were still making noise and doing their thing. I had a few I remember, I don't remember anything specifically, but I remember there was a few, like, faces are just kind of jumbled in little balls, so to speak, in my memory. Mm-hmm. But I remember the confusion of certain people when I walked out there by myself.
Not confusion. The anticipation.
To me, in my head,
Right.
from my memory,
right.
thinking back on it, it looked like confusion. Anyway, and then Evans walked up, because Evans was always on my right. And then Teague walked up, and then Kerr walked up. We started making noise, and you did your What's Up Louisville thing. And the crowd fucking went nuts, and we kicked into the first song, and we had that room, and it was fucking on. And trying to get out that back door after the show.
I was just about to say, do you remember how we walked from the band house with cops at that point?
We had to walk back to the band house with cops.
With cops. You know what? I forget about those kind of things, but that would be something that you remember. You were just moved up from Atlanta. Yeah, you knew that you.
No.
You still live there. Yeah,
I didn't live here yet.
Right,
I didn't move up here until a month later.
Of course you weren't thinking these dudes get ushered in by freaking cops.
I wasn't thinking shit.
Right.
But that's the one that made the biggest impression on me.
That's cool.
Because it was my first show with you. Because I had driven up here. A lot of people don't know this. I had driven up here 3 or 4 times for rehearsal
Yeah.
from Atlanta, and I would stay a couple
It was
weekends.
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah, 3 times. And I remember being very, very nervous because you're. So we had a couple of the tracks that were like kind of set in stone, but the ones that O'Reilly really liked, he put O'Reilly too. And if I need to duly note, Chuck was less than on time sometimes there. So like when you would put your like extra crap in there, I got busy watching you and now like kicking into Frozen by Your Eyes. You know what I mean? I was too busy going, oh, that dude's awesome. You know what I mean? So there was a moment of
There was a couple times where you're like, that dude's mine.
oh my gosh, yeah, like for real.
Well, I had the same thing. I was like, this is my band. These fuckers are awesome.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think we all conducted the stage presence was amazing.
Here's what I wrote in the book.
You know what somebody else told me not long ago? They didn't know me from that band. Knew that band just from their objective opinion.
Right.
From being in the back of one of those shows or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was even in Louisville when they saw us or whatever. But they said, if that didn't happen, you got to believe in all your hype. Because I always talk about like the universe and timing and all that. They were like, you got to believe in your own hype. It was timing. Timing was off. Because that's the best show I've ever seen. And I'm like, I don't, you want to hype yourself and believe in all that. But,
Right. Here's what I was going to say. Here's what I wrote in the book. Pure magic.
It was.
That's what I wrote in the book.
It was.
Are
So I
those 3 rehearsals
My
when I
hair's
drove
standing
up
up.
here? I don't have any hair because you know me.
I
I shave
don't-
everything.
I wanted to tell people you taught me that too. To shave my arms.
Yeah, I know. Good boy. But no, that's what I wrote in the book. Everything was amazing leading up to the show. The 3 rehearsals driving up here kind of sucked. I ain't gonna fucking lie about it. But drove up here with my rig 3 times. Barf.
Yeah.
But the show, pure magic. And every show after that was magic. Now, the train wreck I remember was when we were doing that. We went down to Nashville to 12th and Porter. It was either 12th and Porter or Exit Inn. I can't remember. To do that show for Randy. The showcase or whatever. And he was only there for like 5 minutes. But the train wreck part was we actually packed the place because we had a lot of people from here drive down there. And then there was enough of a buzz, some
Dude, we had
Nashville
a big buzz.
people. Yeah.
We had a
Some
big
Nashville
buzz.
people showed up.
We packed that place.
Well, we
just
did.
off of buzz.
Yeah, we packed it. But the tracks went out.
Yeah.
And Evans and I were the only 2 that had the click in our ear. So Evans and I are having a little conversation on stage about
You
the
were?
tracks. Yeah, you don't remember this. They were gone. Like they just
I know,
stopped.
but like you always know, like I have to like keep trying and like keep entertaining somehow.
Chris and I were. I'm reverting back to Heaven Hill days. I'm calling him by his last name.
Sure.
Chris and I were having a conversation while we're on stage, and one of our dudes that kind of worked for us part time. I don't remember who it was, so don't even ask me. Finally
BJ.
came over and
BJ.
yanked the power cord out of the tracks.
BJ that works for Dirk Bentley now.
Right,
Because he's
But
awesome.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
He had to come and jerk the tracks out and work, but we never,
Dude.
we
and
never
that was
stopped.
that was 12th and Porter.
12th and Porter. I can never remember.
I remember because I got a
venue
fish
it was.
sandwich next door right before we played, remember? and Teague said, fish is going to make your voice hurt. And I was like, in my own mind, I was like, no, drugs and cigarettes are going to make my voice hurt. And
No, Teague, it wasn't.
no,
the fish,
Teague, it
brother.
wasn't the fish, buddy. Love you,
It was the
Teague.
Sparks.
Yeah. Man, yeah, that was a disaster.
Yeah, it was.
Do
a
you
disaster.
remember? We had kind of, I don't know where this fits in, but one of my biggest like disaster modes was Hard Rock Cafe. We had to play with the tracks. We had to play with the vocal track for once. Hard Rock in Nashville.
That was after me.
Was that Ivan?
Yep, that was after me.
Well, I got to tell you.
No, tell the story.
That was one of those. That was one of those times that I always swore that I would never do, even if I was dead. I would go like James Hetfield and just rope through it. Right. I literally like nothing came out. Like if I wanted to, like Evans was like dude, you better buck up and sing. I couldn't even cuss him out. Like there was nothing. So literally, like we had to go with sheer backing tracks. And there's a whole bunch of people from that show still that were like, "You sounded awesome," and I'm like, "You love the record, obviously." You know what I mean? Yeah. But to me, that was one of those disasters as well. Some people don't know. I talked to some people after the show the other night. Actually, just after you and I were hugging it out and taking pictures together, they were like, what were y'all talking about backing tracks or whatever? And I was like, every band does it. Remember we said that? Like every band does it. Like any big band does that.
Well, I've talked about it on the show.
It was that grandma and the you know what I mean?
I've talked about it on this show. I've talked about it in the book. Look, you write a song and you record it and it's got a Hammond B3 organ in it.
Oh yeah,
ain't nobody lugging around a fucking Hammond B3 organ,
right?
That shit's on the track.
They're not going to be able to pump that thing on stage on time and make it sound the right way.
Or like the end of my show, which is the tail end of the obvious.
Yep.
There is, if you could actually kind of look at it on the computer screen of what we recorded, there's like a 9-part string section in that whole song. We ain't having 9 motherfuckers on stage with us.
Yeah.
So you track it. That's what a backing track is. What happens is musicians over the time, i.e. Milli Vanilli, end up abusing it and depending on it.
Yeah.
And they,
as we talked with social media, same kind of thing. You end up depending on that kind of thing. Yeah.
And that's what we did, because we didn't, at least when I was in the band, we never used vocals or anything.
We
used a lot of string sections.
I was actually very, very against it.
And keyboard parts and all that kind of bullshit.
Yeah. There was actually, I don't know if you remember, there was a point when there was something that I did like on keyboard to write for the record. And I wanted to like learn how to do it on stage. And Teague and Evans were like, "Oh hell no!
Oh hell no!
Yeah. You're not going to sing and play piano on stage. Yeah, you're just not there yet.
Don't do that."
Right? Yeah. I mean, some people are that good. I just was, I was not that talented.
You're not.
Right? Yeah. There's no way.
I'll tell you straight up.
Yeah, it sounded good in theory.
The visual of that looks great.
Oh, it would have been great.
No,
it would have been great. But that is why bands do that, though.
Oh,
that's why they do backing tracks, so somebody can sit there at a piano and joke like he's fucking playing, but he's not.
Yeah. It's just like anything. When you abuse it, it becomes garbage.
Right.
All right, so let's move on to.
This is a great thing about. Yeah. Where's that clicker thing? Ty Blankenship. Where is that chopper thing? What is it? What is it called? What is it like?
Chopper
thing. It's got the stripes on it. Looks like a road sign. Yes.
Yes. Let's move on to. Fuck it. What are you listening to, man?
Oh man, I tell you what. This is the goofiest and funnest night I've had since the couches. So what I'm listening to, I don't really know if anybody wants to hear this, but
maybe I do.
All right, so let's pull up Chucky's iTunes. Right? You want to get totally real?
Yeah, just don't play none of it, because I can't pay for that shit.
I won't. So first is Maroon 5. Because
love Maroon 5.
I just love his voice, and I love their band dynamic.
Songs About Jane, phenomenal record.
Right.
The second record that I'm drawing a blank on right now, I think It Won't Be Long Now. I think that's the name of that record. Doesn't matter. The second record, phenomenal record.
Okay, so you're going to tell me define one that's not phenomenal.
No, I can't.
They're wonderful. They're wonderful. And just like, you and I were in the music business. And so we know like what it takes to record.
That it sucks. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Karen.
Yes. And hey, listen, that's kind of my point.
No,
a lot of times I listen to these songs and these tracks and I'm like, it's fucking baloney. You and I have been there. You know what I mean? So you get jaded. Maroon 5 has been one of those bands that I have I've latched onto over the years since being out of Heaven Hill. just out of like sheer like, damn it, you make me smile, or you make me feel a certain way.
Not only are they a good band, Adam Levine's a smart motherfucker.
Cute.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
He's so cute.
He's hot.
And
yes, but jokes aside, he's
smart.
super smart, and he's got a good handle on what the fuck is going on.
Yes,
honestly,
the one thing that a little bit perturbs me about that, and I have to bring this up to you, is what I've heard from some folks a little south of us, is that you'd be surprised that his ego is not as in check as the band members don't really feel the way that you feel a lot of times. But they keep playing because why wouldn't you?
Well,
you know what I mean?
I saw the greatest meme.
You know what I mean?
Ever.
It's like LeBron James.
I saw the greatest meme ever a few days ago. Literally a few days ago. It said, whenever you feel bad about your life, just remember there's 4 other members of Maroon 5.
Right. You can't name a single one of them.
Now, the one dude's got long blonde hair. I know that.
Right, yeah. Sugar. That's all you do. You're like, I love that band. What with the blood? It doesn't even matter what it is. Who cares who they are? But they are great. They are like incredible.
Phenomenal.
So, all right. So there's my first one. My second is, I got to tell you all straight up, Go for Broke, Machine Gun Kelly. You know that I've always been and anybody that doesn't know, I've always been based in rap, or not necessarily rap, just
Southern hip hop.
Southern, yeah, like you
and
know.
I don't think Southern hip hop's a real genre.
Well, it's not. But I grew up on.
That's what I think.
I grew up on Skinner, and I grew up on John Cougar, which obviously was Indiana. That's not that Southern, but
Melonhead.
Mellencamp.
No, Melonhead.
Melonhead, yeah. So I grew up on that kind of thing.
Is that Melonhead feller?
I'll tell you that the funny thing is, Machine Gun Kelly is second, Mellencamp is third, and Elephant Room from Louisville is fourth on my playlist. You know who's fifth? I almost feel like I shouldn't say this one. Huey Lewis in the News. Huey.
What do you mean you don't like Huey Lewis?
I love Huey Lewis.
You missed the whole reference.
What? I don't know it.
Have you not ever seen American Psycho?
No, that shit's scary. I don't watch that negative stuff.
I don't watch scary movies either, but you have to see that just
Yeah,
because
you would always go to bed when I wanted to put on a scary movie.
But it's Christian Bale, and he's psycho, and he kills people to
I'm
Huey
Batman.
Lewis.
I'm Batman.
No, he
Oh,
was.
he did?
Yeah.
He did really do Huey Lewis? Shut up.
Straight
I
up.
can't do that then.
You have to watch
But
it.
I take it back. I'm taking Huey Lewis off of my playlist. No.
He'd be getting ready to kill some chick and go, have you ever heard of Huey Lewis?
I can't do Christian Bale because he's... Why does his voice get so much? All right, so there's Chuck Willis's playlist.
Moving on.
Is Maroon 5, Machine Gun Kelly, John Cougar Mellencamp, Elephant Room. Shortly after Huey Lewis in the News is the Hillbillies.
All right.
I'm just you know what I've always played in rehab. I've always been a little bit based in something rhythmic, which is odd because I mean, like,
you don't have any rhythm. That's why you listen to rhythmic shit.
Yeah. Like,
that's why you like drummers.
Give me some, right? Yeah, I love drummers. Yeah. All right.
I love your face.
I love your face.
All right, before we get out of here.
Wait.
What?
I don't want to end on this one. Like, I feel like we should, like...
Oh, no. You're...
butt smacking or something.
No, we ain't done.
Oh, okay, good.
We're not done.
Okay, good.
We're not... Just come. My show, motherfucker. Roll with me here.
It is, you're right.
Hold up. I know what's going to happen.
It's my ego.
Chucky got an ego. Before we get out of here, what song from Somewhat Civil do you want me to play? Because I will play the whole thing. But you have to pick it. And it has to be one of the two that we talked about. And we were talking about it off the mic. Because you made me pick.
Mm-hmm.
Or I should put you on the spot and make you pick. So what we are talking about right now, while Chucky's thinking, he asked me what my two favorite songs were, or what my favorite song was off of Somewhat Civil. And I can't pick favorite. You guys know this. So I picked either The Obvious or When It's Sold.
I think...
so what is yours?
you were at your best, and I called out yours. I knew that like The Obvious was incredible.
That's
you did.
one of my favorite songs.
When it sold, like bananas.
But
those are
Obvious-
the ones where I would sit there and go, I don't know what to sing next because I'm watching my drummer. Like
The Obvious is one of the ones that hooked me on you guys before I moved up here.
Yeah,
I love that fucking
Chris
song.
Evans wrote that one like 100%, and I think I may have chimed in on lyrics on that one, but
my favorite,
a little bit.
My favorite thing about that song was I got up here and Chris and I talked about this. I said, dude, I love The Obvious because it's in 6/8. He went, cool. What's 6/8?
What's 6/8? None of us were trained at all. Like you had to, you know what? I give you tons of props. You had to deal with great musicians that like great at our jobs.
Clueless.
It
was fun.
Yeah, like
Anyway.
like super dumbasses.
No, you weren't super dumbasses. It was
Just
almost,
untrained.
Yeah,
untrained.
All right, so what song?
Man, I tell you what, off of Somewhat Civil.
You only get to pick one because it is sprinkled in throughout the show.
Listen, I have to say Miles Away.
You want me to play Miles Away?
I want to hear that. Mainly because of your drop from first chorus into second verse. Oh man. Like my hair said, like just thinking, and I watched you. Remember, like I would watch you when you were tracking drums, and I was like, I'm never gonna catch that, but I don't give a shit. That was awesome. Like I'm not gonna know, you know what I mean? Like vocally, I'm not gonna know. When
the cool part about that
it was so huge.
Well, from a musical standpoint, it's one of the most simple things.
Oh,
I've
I'm
ever
sure.
Played.
Yeah, and that song.
And that's what's cool about it.
Yeah, that song is
No. I'm not
elementary.
talking about that song. I'm talking about that piece that you like.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Theoretically, it's super simple.
Right.
It's not complicated at all. But that just goes to show you that sometimes that's
Dumber
the shit
is
that
better.
matters.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the shit that fucking matters.
The classic listener does not know.
They don't give a shit all
crap
the
that we
stuff
care
is-
about. And
Yeah.
like we used to argue about like little bitty parts and stuff like that. They don't hear that. Kind of
There's
stuff.
ear candy that's useful, and there's ear candy that's useless.
Right.
You have to be in tune enough with the listeners to figure out which one you
That's
go
right.
for.
But not be too enthralled with what they feel to judge your own your own creativeness.
now there
Or
are
to shape your own creativeness.
right, and there will always be parts where you just want to blow your wad for whatever reason, and you're allowed to do that. All right, so you want me to play Miles Away?
I don't know, dude. I need to hear the record, but I think I like when you put me on the spot like that, and I'm looking at you. I think of that moment sitting in Atlanta in that studio where like Seven Dust, like you know what I mean, like oh yeah, I was so pumped. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, that's my drummer. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was because you did it so big. It was always so like it was so massive. I loved it.
All right, well then I'll play Miles Away.
Do I get to leave here with a studio like a studio version of our record? I don't even have one. It's got to be like my consolation. I know. I don't know.
Well, this will be the first time that
He's about to say no. This is O'Reilly about to say no to Chuck.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
No, it's, I want you to turn around and look behind you. For those of you that have heard me talk about it forever, the blue cabinet is now gone. In its place is a big giant military filing cabinet.
This thing is pretty awesome.
Open the top drawer.
Whoa!
The whole thing, all of those drawers are all
You got
CDs.
any really big baggy pants?
No. Shut it. Get up. Shut it. Get back over here. Chuck, I'm serious. Shut it. Get back over here.
I'm not messing with you.
But that's where all the CDs are. I may or may not have one in there. So I'm going to play Miles Away.
Is that the right one?
Should we do that now and then do a close?
Yeah. Let's give a little bit of that one. At least get to that second verse so people know what I'm talking about.
All right.
So awesome.
Every day for the moment, got it down to a thing. It's like this keeps on rolling.
That's it, kids. That's a show for the week.
Podcasts.
Thank
you for having me, brother.
Dude, thanks for coming over.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, fuck that. High five in a microphone.
High five.
That's how we do it around here.
Other side.
Oh, two
Bingo.
side. You got anything you want to add? You want to plug? I know you want to plug me, but you just have to wait on that.
Y'all think we haven't taken any breaks? Duh.
I got pause, bitch.
No, man. No, not at all. No plugs.
Nothing?
I
Did you just wink at me?
I did. I would say to folks, stay tuned. If you were ever a Heaven Hill fan, I feel like a lot of us were tough to talk into doing this again, and we've talked about it. We're talking about it. It's maybe in the air. We'll see what happens.
Who asked first? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that right there.
I know.
You fuckers can figure it out.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely.
It was awesome.
Thank you for coming over. I'm
I
glad.
feel like I was a wacko. I'm a wacko.
You feel like you went to counseling though, didn't you?
I do.
Almost everybody that's come over when they leave.
I'm gonna go home tonight. I'm gonna go home tonight and sleep.
You're
my
gonna
ass
sleep
off
fucking
for like the
great.
first time.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not
kids.
gonna sleep, and I never sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not here to hear your rooms. Too cool.
Nope.
We could probably do like 2 episodes because we didn't even get into half the crap that we talked about.
No,
All right, anyway, bye, Felicia.
Squirrels.
Thanks for having me.
That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed Chuck and I rambling and
Oh my gosh.
babbling and talking about old shit. Get out of my drawers.
Dude, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes.
No. Here's the problem. He's figured out that it's in alphabetical order because he knows I'm so OCD. Heaven Hill won't be under H, by the way.
I'm still in Dixie Chicks. Which ain't bad.
Nope.
Is that one girl? Remember we met her? She was hot as shit.
She was. So I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. I hope you will tune back in, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. And as I say at the end of every episode, go do some shit.
Shut the front door. You have neurotica? Love you, bye. I'm gonna fuck this bitch. Oh, I'm so sad. Man, I don't get to act like a kid. So fun.
So until next time,
Oh my gosh.
I will talk to you soon.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck it, I'm leaving that there.
Yeah.